Show my support for the Affordable Care Act. That was a lifesaver for my family. My wife has an incurable disease. She was laid off from her job, lost her health care. If it hadn't been for Obamacare, we could have lost everything.
Go on.
Hi, I came here to speak to Representative McSally about the Affordable Care Act. It saved my son's life. He would have exceeded his lifetime maximum cap for medical treatment before he turned 3. The costs for his subsequent treatment would have bankrupted our family, and he would not be alive and healthy today without it. So my question is, what are you going to do to protect children like my son now and in the future so that they can receive the life-saving care that they need?
Okay, hi.
What's your question?
My question to McSally would be that instead of having a rally at, a town hall at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Sahuarita, it would be great if you had one in Tucson during a time when everybody could attend, people who work so what are you planning on having a rally in Tucson that everybody can attend? Yeah, I do. I think that, the Republicans had 8 years to come up with an alternative to the ACA. They don't seem to have a plan. Would you like to enlighten us on what some of the aspects of this replacement plan might be? Or are they just going to take health care away from 500,000 Arizonans?
What's your name?
Yes, I'm Linda Rothschild from Tucson, Arizona.
Hi, what's your question?
Hi. Well, basically, do you want to have a healthy, strong America? I think a healthy America is a strong, great America, so I'm hoping for that. I think that's essential for a strong country. Good health.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name's David Wilson.
Dave, what's your question?
Well, I've written Martha McSally about the Affordable Care Act because my wife and I are covered under the provisions of that act. It's made coverage for our pre-existing conditions affordable. We know they wouldn't be otherwise. Hence the sign. Unaffordable is inaccessible. Martha McSally's response was that health care would be accessible to all Americans if they repeal Obamacare. I'm not interested in accessible. I'm interested in affordable. So the question would be, are you going to ensure that in fact health care is going to be affordable, not just accessible to all Americans?
Thank you.
My question is, are you interested in ending Citizen United?
Maureen, what's your question?
Well, my question is, why can't we talk to her? We voted her in. I'm a constituent. I'm not an activist. I'm not a paid activist. We had to drive 50 minutes to come up here to see this, and of course we didn't get in. I would just like her to be more accessible to all the people who voted for her. We're her constituents.
My name is Mary Worthen, and I'm really concerned about the gun rights being given back to the mentally ill. I have a child that's mentally ill. I don't want my child to have a gun. And statistics have shown that a large number of people have been killed with the gun in the hand of the mentally ill person.
Thank you for your question. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Ann Van Deelen, and I'm not a plant. I am a constituent of Martha McSally's, and I would like to know if she differs at all with President Trump. I've noticed that in every one of her votes since he has been elected, she has aligned himself with every one of his policies. So I'd like to find out where she differs.
Thank you for what's your name?
My name's Alessandra Springman.
And what's your question?
My question is about the Affordable Care Act. My question is about provisions such as pre-existing conditions, as well as annual limits and lifetime limits. And so a lot of times when we talk about the Affordable Care Act, we talk about the individual mandate, people buying insurance on their own. But what about those of us who are on employer plans who have previous existing conditions? Are we going to be kicked off our employer plans, or if we switch jobs, are we going to lose our health insurance? Also, I've spent about, if you look at my insurance claims for the year, it's been about $12,000. That doesn't include the procedure I had last week. I make $30,000 a year. I can't afford a health savings account. I can't pay enough for my care. So if there are lifetime limits and we bring those back, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to have to choose between crippling medical debt or living with a horrible pre-existing condition? And if it's Saturday morning and I'm hemorrhaging blood, is it personal choice or is it freedom to have to decide, do I go to the ER right now or do I wait until Monday to call my doctor's office to see if he can get me in, or do I have to wait 3 months? So I want to know, are we going to preserve the pre-existing conditions protections? Are we going to preserve the lifetime limit and annual limit protections? And are we going to preserve health care for Americans who work and have employer-sponsored plans as well as have plans on their own?
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Eileen McFarland, and I live in Tucson. I'm not paid to come here with this question. My question's about education. If we go to a voucher system, will those private schools be held accountable? Will the kids be tested?
I'm Helen, and I want to ask her how she's going to vote on H.R. 610, which is the bill that's going to gut the public education. And that's a law that's been around since 1965, and it established public education, and a lot more than public education. It's allowed, school lunches and a whole slew of things. And I want her to address what she's going to vote on in that. And is she going to go to the vouchers, which nobody really expected to happen like this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle, and I drove an hour and a half to be here at this town hall from Sierra Vista, and I'm outside in the parking lot, and so I would like her to come to Sierra Vista so that we can have a voice as well. Thank you.
Suzanne Cashville. So my question is, are you in agreement with Trump that we need to go back to the old ages for transgendered youth? And is this going to be a slippery slope for the rest of gay rights? Does this mean that my daughter can't get married? And what are you going to do about that? And I would also like to ask why we are all out here in a parking lot instead of inside at your town hall, and what you expect to do about all of us, and why can't you come out and speak to us as well? Thank you.
I'm Christina Hargis, and I live on the east side of Tucson. And I guess I was just going to say that my husband and I went to the Gordon Hirabayashi Federal Honor Campsite yesterday, and I was just struck by the realism of how everything is kind of the same as it was back then when Ronald Reagan nationally apologized for what happened because of oversimplification and negative stereotypes. And now we're seeing it happen all over again, and I just want to know what you're going to do about that, and to make sure that no one is denied due process in the future.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you may think you just represent your district, but when you vote, you affect me, and I don't live in your district, and I don't appreciate you not respecting that you're not just voting for your own personal opinion to stay high in the Republicans, that you're leaving the women and the children, the disabled, the seniors, and the people who need medical care flat on their backs. So what are you going to do to change it? Are you going to keep pushing with the Republican Party, or are you going to grow a pair of tatas and do something, gal?
What's your question for Congresswoman McSally?
How do you explain that Arizona taxpayers might be spending $15 billion to $20 billion on a border wall that might not work and endangers relationships and prices with Mexico and even the Taha Nation?
Thank you.